AJ Redick, Jamal Crawford, Mo Spades, Imba Mute. That is 5 rotation players I have to replace. I am not a believer in Austin Rivers. I am not a believer in Bryce Johnson. I am not a believer.
I don't care about those guys. I care about Patrick Beverly, Danilo Gallinari.
You should care about those guys. Those are the guys who are playing for them.
Milos Teodosic.
He looks good.
Who's already like smoking cigarettes, throwing like lob passes from full court.
Nope.
Lou Williams. Lou Williams is better than Jamal Crawford right now.
Yes. Well, yes, but Jamal Crawford's also been there in the system. I'm not buying it.
It's a different system now, though.
On top of
the system's completely changed now. It's going to be ball movement instead of Chris Paul dribble around and pass.
It's still Doc Rivers. Doc is pretty stubborn. He's going to run it his way.
I know.
I think. Another big thing. I don't think Blake Griffin stays healthy, and I do not think DeAndre Jordan is nearly as good without Chris Paul like tossing him lobs.
But see, he got Milos Teodosic to toss him lobs.
No, he's not Chris Paul. I'm going under.
He might be.
I'm going under 40 wins. Clippers, not buying it. Nope.
All right, I'm going over. I think they win about 47 to 50 games. I think
this is our biggest difference.
I'm not sold on Blake Griffin being able to stay healthy for an entire season, but I'm not going to also cheer for someone to get hurt. I'm not going to bank on someone getting hurt. If he stays healthy, I think they're a 47-50 win team in the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. I'm not there, but I'm big on this next team we're about to talk about.
Denver Nuggets, 45.5 wins. Did I have this out of order? No, I didn't. Okay. Denver Nuggets with 45.5 wins. So, what are you big on?
Nikola Jokic is
the Joker.
Star.
The Joker.
Oh, he is a star.
The only problem with this team is who's their point guard?
Jokic.
I know, but like who's playing point guard?
That doesn't matter.
Because it's right now. Moutier can't shoot.
Murray, fine. Yeah, let Jamal Murray play point guard.
I think Jamal Murray is the starting point guard for the season. So
Jokic is a better version of Blake Griffin, just not as athletic. But he
can't shoot as well. Blake Griffin's actually a decent shooter now.
I don't know. They're gonna run it through Jokic. He's a better passer. He's better rebounder. His defense leaves a little bit to be desired, but that's okay. He scores the ball. Jamal Murray is going to take a huge step. He's going to be phenomenal this year.
I think Jamal Murray,
Gary Harris is
Jamal Murray might be one of the most improved player candidates.
He could win most improved player this year.
Because
I'm with you there.
I think, like you said, Jokic, what they're going to do is run high posts Jokic and let him distribute, and then surround him with shooters. And I think they trade away Emmanuel Mudiay because he's a great prospect, but how long are you going to wait on him? Especially if you have a chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, how long are you going to wait on him to mature? Especially, again, he's probably going to be behind Jamal Murray this year and Jameer Nelson because they both can shoot.
Right.
And he cannot.
Yeah.
And he hasn't shown us that he can shoot, so he's probably going to
I can see Nelson. I can also see Nelson starting in this system. But
I think Nelson does start and then Jamal Murray's backup.
Yeah. And, we haven't even talked about Paul Millsap, who they also added.
I know.
So they've got 2 top 25 guys.
No, I like the Nuggets too. I
think they're winning 50 games.
I do think they have to trade away Mudiay.
I think they will at some point. I mean, they honestly could. They could be one of those teams that trades away some young talent to get a star. It depends. I don't know who exactly is going to win the block. Obviously, you probably don't want to trade for DeMarcus Cousins. But
apparently, the rumors were that Jamal Murray, they were in talks with Cavaliers for Kyrie Irving, and they wouldn't put up Jamal Murray. Like he was.
They also talked to the Bulls, and the Bulls wanted either Jokic or Murray, and they wouldn't give them either.
Well,
one for Butler. I'm just saying for Jimmy.
They're not. Jokic is never leaving Denver.
No, he's not. He's the greatest player in Denver Nugget history, probably.
Carmelo?
I don't know.
It's only been 1 year. Give it a second.
There. But, yeah, I'm all aboard the Nikola Jokic train. I think he's going to be, by the end of the year, a top 15 player. And I do think that they're going to win close to 50 games.
It's going to be an interesting team to watch.
And in Denver, people are not going to win in Denver.
You know, I still think, they're actually going to, like you said, he's kind of like the same kind of thing as Blake Griffin, not as athletic. They're probably going to run the same exact kind of system as what the new Clippers are going to do.
Right.
Where Blake is going to be probably running more often.
Yeah, it'll be the focal point.
And then playing out a high post and distributing that way.
I mean, all they lost was Gallinari, and they replaced him with Millsap. So, I mean...
I worry about Jokic's athleticism sometimes.
We'll see. He's crafty.
Not on that end, just defensively.
Right. I think he'll make it work. And they also have a Hernan Gomez, who's actually pretty good as well. So they are deep.
I think they're a trade away from being really good.
They are one trade away, and they've got the pieces. They've got Malik Beasley, who they can trade. They've got Emmanuel Mudiay, who they can trade. They have a couple of rookies that they can deal. So they're going to be...
And Gary Harris is probably going to take another step up. Gary Harris is a good player. He just got paid.
Yep.
He just got paid $85 million.
More money.
Over?
Over, absolutely.
I am slight over for the Denver Nuggets as well. I think they win 47 games. All right.
My new favorite team this year, just because the Bulls stink so bad.
Yeah, well, this is another team kind of like the Pistons that I've been cheering for a long time. Mainly because of Andrew. I was a big Andrew Wiggins supporter coming out of college, and Zach LaVine. But we got the Minnesota Timberwolves with 48.5 wins as their over-under. I want to take the over so bad, but the Timberwolves, they always like, ooh, think about all these young guys with Thibodeau as our coach and like all this stuff, and Andrew, he's going to be a lockdown defender and all this stuff, and they always just stab you in the back.
Andrew Wiggins was kind of a disappointment last year.
Offensively, he's really, really good.
He's fine.
But he's just not the defender people thought he was going to be.
We all thought he was probably going to be what Jimmy Butler or Luol Deng were in Chicago, and he just wasn't.
Yeah. His defense, like ever since he came out of college, everyone was saying like, oh, if nothing else happens, he will be a good defender. Like he'll be a Trevor Ariza or something like that.
He hasn't been.
And then he just has not been a good defender since. Now maybe he's with Jimmy Butler, someone who plays his same position as him.
And plays his tail off and won't take anything short of greatness.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe Jimmy Butler... Andrew Wiggins is an amazing offensive player, I think. Like, he's really, really good. And he's developed the three-point shot better. He's gotten better at the three-point shot every single year since he's been in the league. Mm-hmm. He's become more aggressive every single year he's been in the league.
Here's something for you. This might be the scariest thing to think about. This is the best offensive team.
We haven't even talked about their best player yet. So.
Yeah, this is the best offensive team Tom Thibodeau has ever had. I mean, Butler, Towns, Wiggins, Gibson, Crawford,
The problem is Thibodeau great? I know he is a great defensive coach, but last year they honestly weren't that good on defense.
He doesn't have the pieces. I mean,
he had Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, Ricky Rubio was Ricky Rubio,
pretty Andrew Wiggins. He had the pieces. They just didn't want to buy in.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler is going to change that big time. I think Jamal
and
Crawford.
I think Karl Anthony Towns he's by far maybe not by far, but he's their best player, and he's right behind Giannis on the 25 and under, picking him.
Yeah, my only concern is this is a guards league. I don't know if I go to the center in that regard, but at the same time, yeah, Karl Anthony Towns is him and Giannis are probably the two best 25 under players.
And then, Anthony Davis is probably
is
right. I don't know who you'd pick. I think I would go with Anthony Davis over Karl Anthony Towns if injuries weren't a thing.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But they're going to win games. They got Gibson. He isn't going to take anything. Crawford's not. Butler's not. Those guys are winners.
Crawford's been so over the hill though for so long.
Yeah, but he's gonna be there. He's a locker room guy in there.
Taj is a good pickup for them. Jeff Teague is a good pickup. I think they trade Jeff Teague midseason. Honestly,
yeah, I can see it.
He is their point guard. He's their only point guard right now, though.
Yeah,
they have Tyus Jones,
but I'm going
Aaron Brooks.
Aaron Brooks, yeah, bring it back. Oh, secret Minnesota Timberwolves signing. John Lucas is the assistant coach of Tom Thibodeau now, so
he might suit up.
Dude, Thibodeau's got his man in a suit this time, but they're gonna win some games. I'm going over on the Timberwolves.
I want to go over, but yeah, I'll go over.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll go over, and if they're in the top few teams in the West. I think Karl Anthony Towns is an MVP candidate.
I can see it.
All right. The much changed Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
They didn't really lose anybody big, but they added two.
They had a couple of guys.
Yeah, they added some good players. Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. Not even to mention they added Patrick Patterson.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's another good addition too.
And they probably added the most NBA ready rookie, Terrence Ferguson.
Yeah. I I still haven't, like, Terrence Ferguson, he still hasn't played yet, so.
Right. Well, we'll see. Time will tell. But he might, I mean, if any of these...
He can shoot already.
Well, if any of these rookies are going to come in and make an immediate impact as soon as they can get in the rotation, it probably is going to be him.
Or Donovan Mitchell.
Or Donovan Mitchell. But they also... he doesn't have a high ceiling, but he can come in and make
I think he has a giant ceiling. His athleticism's out the freaking...
I think it is, but I think we've seen a lot. I mean, there's a lot of players.
He's already kind of polished, though, too.
There's a lot of players like that. Like Terrence Ross has ridiculous athleticism, and his ceiling should be high, but he's just not. It just doesn't click with some people. So,
but Terrence Ferguson can already stretch the floor for you. So, and that's what they added a lot of, which they didn't have that much of last year, was 3-point shooting.
No, Andre Roberson was the worst 3-point shooter in the league last year,
and he was one of their best.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
But they added a lot of good 3-point shooting. Carmelo Anthony and Paul George are good 3-point shooters by themselves, but not even adding, like, looking at that, they added Patrick Patterson and Raheem Felton and Terrence Ferguson
and Isaiah Cannon
as 3-point shooters. I don't know if Isaiah Cannon sees the floor this year, but that's some really, really good people to stretch the floor.
Yeah, I think that we all kind of probably all agree that the one problem is going to be there's only one basketball. So how is it going to work with 3 ball dominant people? I think
it'll be a lot easier for Paul George to take a back seat.
Yeah, it depends.
But he also see. It also
depends on how much he invests, because we all know he wants to go to LA. If he puts his time and effort into winning, I
don't think he wants to lose, though.
I don't think he wants to lose either. But he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna hurt himself over Oklahoma City when he knows that LA is going to be there next year. So.
Russell Westbrook just needs to not worry about scoring 30 points a night and worry about just making sure Carmelo Anthony and Paul George get in rhythm early on, so they'll be there for you later and be ready for you.
And Russell Westbrook needs to realize, guard your man, not cheat for rebounds and get triple-doubles, because that's why you lose. That's why James Harden wrecked you in the playoffs, because you don't play a lick of defense.
The truth is coming out. The hate.
Russell Westbrook for MVP was a joke. I don't care if you have triple-doubles. I want winners.
The hate. Are you going over or under for the Oklahoma City thing?
I think they're going to send a lot of the game, but I think they'll be really good later on. So I'm gonna go over.
I think they go over, even if they aren't as good as we think they are. I think 51 wins.
Yeah, that's honestly pretty low for a 3-star team. Yeah. So,
all right, next up, the San Antonio Spurs.
The ageless San Antonio Spurs.
No, I think they've hit their point where they're aging now, and I think it's going to show a lot this year.
They are one Kawhi Leonard injury away from possibly being in the finals last year. I'm not saying they were going to make it, but they were up 20-something points.
I know, but it's another year of, Manu Ginobili getting older, Pau Gasol getting older, LaMarcus Aldridge not wanting to be there still.
Right. Yeah, they're not... I can't count out Greg Popovich.
You can't count him out, but I want to. So I want to say that they won't. I want to say under so bad for 54 wins for them.
I'm not bold enough to do that. I think Rudy Gay is.
He's going to make. Actually, I'm for sure they're going to win under 54 games now, just because of Rudy Gay signing.
No, dude, Rudy Gay is going to be a changed man under Popovich.
Changed man? What do you mean?
He's going to be Simmons.
Him and LaMarcus Aldridge are going to be sulking in the corner the entire time.
No, dude, here are the guys who take a step forward. I'm telling you, Rudy Gay will be better. LaMarcus Aldridge is what he is. Davis Bertans, all right?
Dejounte Murray.
He's taking a step. Yeah, Dejounte Murray is going to be taking a step. Kawhi Leonard is going to be unreal this year. Just wait. Tony Parker is basically done. Manu Ginobili is basically done.
Yeah, I don't know how many. I don't even know how many minutes they played.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Popovich getting the most out of these young guys. And for whatever reason, just because he was a Chicago Bull last year, I think Joffrey Laverne is actually going to be a good player because it means the Bulls screwed up somewhere. So that's also a possibility.
I think it's a bad situation they got themselves in with Marcus Aldridge. I really do.
It ended up backfiring a little bit.
I've always been against Marcus Aldridge. He was a good player, but I've always been like, he's not the one that made them playoffs. It was Damian Lillard.
Right.
Carried them all the way. And he just doesn't want to win. He wants he wants it the way he wants it. He wants to get the ball on the post, in the low post, 25 times a game. And that's just not what the Spurs do.
Right.
Not anymore. And Popovich is smart for this, and you don't do that. You give it to Kawhi Leonard and you space the floor. But I think they need to find somewhere to put him. If they find somewhere to trade